There are a lot of different things you can do with Hope. Generally speaking, I shy away from playing Bounce too frequently if I can avoid it because, what's it called? Bounce decks don't perform particularly well in terms of content metrics. Going on, Hop? Thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. The patch was pushed back a week. Am I snapping them here? I almost feel like I'm snapping them here.
Snap.
We both got Black Cat from the Triskelion. Hey, David, thanks for the membership on the YouTube side. Appreciate that. Welcome to chat. No TA this week either, correct? Mother of God. We have the power. Ooh. I don't know that we're gonna do anything useful with it, chat, but we certainly have it. We certainly have the energy. Dr. Diggity, thank you for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. You can play Destroyer now. That's true. Actually, we technically have enough energy next turn to play X-23 and Destroyer. My head says no, but my heart says yes. I'll follow your heart. Thank you, heart. I appreciate you. Although I guess I already moved Jeff, which is sad. We want to hit their Jeff here. It's a lot of energy, chat. So if they move Jeff... If they move Jeff, they're at 10 here. Does their Hulk beat ours? Our Hulk is plus 15 here, yeah, up to 23. Their Hulk would be, I guess if they have 14, statistically it's 14. Forget how many times they passed. They went this on 1, this on 2. No, they're gonna fill the left. We're probably supposed to leave here. Even 14 power Hulk beats us, right?
There's no strings on me.
Ultron doesn't though. Ultron doesn't do it.
Victory.
These cards for people commenting were Triskelion cards to the opponent. Which, to be fair, I suppose the Triskelion means that they're less likely to have... means they're less likely to have their Hulk, right? Ones or twos is said. Time, Angela. Welcome to the party.
Enough said, bub.
Elsa doesn't work with... Elsa doesn't work with, what's his name anymore? Spider-Man. I think I'm still just doing this.
Enough said, bub.
Cut off one head, two more shall take its place.
You want X-23 and Wolverine to end up here, ideally.
Enough said, bub.
We're just super dead to null is the problem, yeah, because I don't have a Shang-Chi. Because every card's great with Shang-Chi, that's true, you know. We were gonna die regardless, yeah. Even if we'd had a Shang here to clear this, we were still dead. I've talked about it before, but I think them slowly chipping away at Destroy is very smart. We talk about Shang-Chi being one of those omnipresent, like, must-have style cards in Snap pretty consistently, and the Destroy deck being really good is definitely a part of why that's the case. and make such big numbers so consistently that decks like what we're doing have a hard time keeping up if they're not shaking. I'm just gonna play decks that seem like they're fun. If I'm having fun with Hope Summers, we're gonna play Hope Summers for a little bit. I've got an insane amount of people hanging out in here right now. We'll probably do a long stream if that keeps up. This is probably another beep boop. We are really good at drawing all of our cards that are not doerless.
Aid my hand.
Storm does not bother our deck. This is
Snap.
all right. This is base Hope Summers. So I get to go move you, play you, play you. I can even play the rock to carry over to next turn. This is very likely just the AI. I'm winning on turn 5, so I'm snapping snap. Most of the bots will snap you on turn 5 if they're ahead on turn 5. Obviously, this is an AI, so like this one doesn't really count / matter, but I'm having a really hard time figuring out how a card pumping out this amount of energy is not going to be good in some way, shape, or form. That's so many stats, or so much juice. Yeah, maybe we're supposed to have her with Sunspot is a good shout. It's a good way to make sure we're always utilizing everything extra she does. Is there anything more peak card game discussion than me saying I don't see how this card isn't likely good and someone immediately asks, well, should we be nerfing it? Chat, the card's been out for 36 minutes, come on. It's been out for 36 minutes, and I said it probably seems playable. It's been 36 minutes too long. We're suffering under the thumb of hope. Second dinner, emergency OTA. Should we nerf second dinner? I know I personally had to nerf second dinner in my own life. I've been on a little bit of a diet recently. Second dinner is one of the first things that had to go to make that possible. So, this is something I'll do a lot during the new season. We're talking about trying to figure things out. I think if I was playing for keeps, I would have snapped this hand because it's really strong, but I don't want to chase my opponent out. Oh, they're snapping me. Bar Sinister's maybe not stellar for us. I wanted to snap based on the linear strength of our hand, but Bar Sinister gives me pause. Chat goes so fast. It's busy in here on season rollover day, yeah. Vision is really good. I'm definitely staying. I'm just not gonna raise the stakes back. Oh, Sandman. Oh, Sandman. Or are they Galactus? And we're getting, oh, there's visioning. Abyss, thank you for the prime. Oh! I should have been thinking about Leech out of their deck. Which means I probably should have Doctor Doomed and saved the Magneto for next turn, because he's just a stat stick even if he gets leeched. No, that's an actual vision. We died as Shang and Blob. Those aren't cards they always play. I guess we died to their Magneto as well. It's gonna leave. We died it too much here.
Escape.
Black Lion, thanks for the 10 months. Welcome back. Their Doctor Doom can get us too, yeah. Gamers, bugs that work out in our favor when we're playing against Leech, you don't report those. Come on, just be quiet. Shh. It's like a Christmas miracle. It's a happy accident. Just don't bring it up. Stop trying to ruin it for everybody else. Black Lion Chess, thank you for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Brew Lee with the 10 months as well. Onion Wing, thank you for the brand new primer. I don't know that I intend to play High Evolutionary today. I think High Evolutionary tends to not be a very interesting gameplay a lot of the time. I think there are a lot of interesting Hope Summer things that do more than play one card per turn. And I'm interested in exploring those more than anything to start. Probably good. I have no idea. Hey, babe. Things with Sunspot certainly sound good with though. Gosh, it's such a shame that this card doesn't work with Elsa Bloodstone anymore. Now, the one unfortunate thing here is the way Elsa's templating changed. Not only does she not work with Spider-Man, but you get an 8 power vision back to your hand, not a 16 or 14 power vision. They have a 12 power blade in their hand. Part of me just wants to play Doctor Doom. It's not exciting, but I think it's probably game winning, yeah? It beats Doctor Doom, beats them playing second Miss Marvel to overpower the vision left. just leave in.
Victory.
Spider-Man and Marvel. I think Spider-Man and Marvel is wrong because he doesn't get bigger from cloning mats, or from the Elsas. Yeah, Magneto Middle's also an option. People asking about Pixie. I think the first place I intend to start with Pixie is some kind of Lockjaw with Wasp and Yellow Jacket. Because that way Lockjaw gives you a secondary thing that's good with 6 energy cards and 0 energy cards. So that way you kind of have some redundancy in your strategy. It might actually be a Lockjaw deck that doesn't want any Thors. Oh, hey, the emote that we're talking about. Only one. I can't decide if I like this art or not. The hand feels kind of weird in this, yeah? Anybody else? It's a little uncanny valley for me, the hand. I actually like a lot of the panda arts. That one just doesn't hit for me. In general, I'm a panda art enjoyer. Is the Shang bundle mediocre? I think the problem with the Shang bundle is that people that spend $100 a pop on Snap, I think collector's tokens have kind of been depreciated under the current economy. Like for me personally, I buy a lot of $100 bundles in Marvel Snap. I actually bought $100 in gold rather than buying that bundle today, because I just like have no use for the variant or the tokens. Feeling like a retreat angle. We did not have a lot of our early stuff here. Nidavellir is good for the destroy deck. Hood inside of destroy. So something to think about with Hood inside of destroy is that typically the established destroy deck that's playing Hood tends to have lockout elements. So Professor X and Alioth are cards I'm going to want to be mindful of if we play this game to completion. We do not have confirmation about whether or not the whale track will exist this season. There's a question for second dinner. All right, Cope Summers on 5 here is still kind of useful with the kitty, because now I can 6+1 next turn. Hey, look, chat, it's the Professor X I predicted existed. Okay, and then this beats Alioth middle, yeah? They could ghost us and Alioth left, but like no reasonable person Alioth left here. I guess they could just play something big in the middle. That would be reasonable and gets us, but this is my line. They're gonna let us limp in for this. We'll limp in for it. Yeah, whale track command's probably a good idea.
Victory.
I mean, all things considered, I know, like, both our draws were pretty mid there, right? But Hope actually had the fact that we drew Hope on 5 and then she was still relevant is interesting to me that game, right? First split on Demonized Shang was Ink. Should I quit Snap while I'm ahead? See, I'd actually argue it's unlucky to get fast premium splits on cards you have a lot of boosters for. Ideally, you want it to take you a lot of splits on cards that you have a lot of boosters for, so that way you save your cumulative variance up to get faster splits quicker on cards you're less likely to have boosters on. So take that as a lesson for the future about how you spread your variance out. Save up that cumulative variance. All right, Goldies. Well, the old Snap-a-lap here. Oh wait, when I win Asgard, do Kitty doesn't come back? No, she does come back to my hand. Yeah, yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, so Elsa into Jeff. And again, like, I want to emphasize that I know we're playing against a bot here, but just thinking about how my cards are playing out here is kind of neat from a what the energy's letting us do perspective, right? Because this, I play these here and this moves. Next turn I have 8 energy and can play Magneto or Doom plus both of these. Which seems really good, yeah? So like playing against AIs doesn't give you a feel for like whether or not your deck's competitive into other decks, but it can give you a good feel of like, okay, does my deck have a functional, proactive game plan?
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Yeah, that's also true. If you wave plus another card into the Hope Summers path on 5, you can play both your 6 drops on turn 6, because they'll both be 4 and you'll have 8 energy. So that break point of having 8 energy is like relevant in a couple of ways. Sure. Probably fine. Yes, you could even set something like that up and then go Doom plus Odin on turn 6. Accurate.
Victory.
Yeah, I agree, Fairly Gil. I don't know if a deck like this will be competitive in the long term when we're not farming AIs as part of it, but the types of games that this style of deck generates are some of my favorites. This is why I wanted to start here. It's a ton of fun. Snap on the Kitty Pryde draw here. Shades, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Appreciate that. Hope into Wave Forge into Panther Zola altogether. Yeah, there's all sorts of new combos you can explore with that. That is a lot of moving parts. You need to like figure out a good game plan for when that doesn't all come together, but quite possibly very reasonable. Am I supposed to play around Galactus? I'm probably supposed to play around Galactus, right? So it's just this. Galactus. Such an annoying card.
Behold my mighty hand.
No, it's this bullshit. Yeah, if we grab the onslaught, we're happy here. I played about 3 games with this deck, minus Nightcrawler plus Sunspot, and the Sunspot hasn't really grown since spending the energy. Yeah, we haven't had a lot of excess energy in these games. I think I'm probably supposed to leave here, but it's pre-infinite. I want to see the game play out. So let's play. Are they making Limbo this turn? They might be making Limbo this turn.
Spider-Man here.
All systems go.
Are they a Hella build that I'm supposed to try and mess them up with Magneto now? This stops MODOK Hella. Yeah, I mean, Invisible Woman means that it typically means they're on MODOK Hella. Adding 13, 15 to the center, so it'll be 27, 27, and 13 here. Yeah, they're definitely Hella Tribunal with the MODOK Hella. We've only played with her for like 40 minutes, but I think Hope Summers might be the best designed extra energy card in Marvel Snap. I'm biased because she works well with Kitty Pryde, but I think that's my early read / maybe. I don't even think that's high. It's just a reasonable take. I think it's so far, initial read feels like the most reasonably well designed extra energy card in the game. All right, gamers, you know what else is pretty reasonable? These adverts, unless they're for Coinbase, in which case, fuck Coinbase and the rest of the cryptocurrency stuff. We'll see you in 120 seconds. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna do one more segment with this deck, and then we'll move on to another. Address, thank you for the 20 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Rasix, thank you for the 13 months. And I buy the Demon Shake Ball. No, I don't really pay money for collector's tokens these days. Oh, let's stand up for a little bit, huh? Oh. Hey, Big Ogre, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. That's my new favorite command. Too many bundles, do some math and figure it out, nerd. They've really been hammering. I wonder if they've hit the point of diminishing returns on their bundles yet. There's definitely been, it feels like there's been more of them lately than usual, but that's just anecdotal. I've also bought a lot of them because I'm a fish. For those of you coming back from our advert break, we're gonna play one more segment with this Hope Summers movement deck, and then we'll move along to giving something else a try. Our perspective distorted gigantic hands in your face variants the new meta. Yes, almost assuredly. Almost assuredly. The comment about me teaching previously at a defunct college, actually, unlucky, 2 of the schools that I used to teach at have since closed. One of them was a greedy for-profit college, ITT Tech, and another one was a public university that was smaller that just didn't survive COVID.
I am Iron Man.
Yep, this. I think this. What I teach? I have a graduate degree, an undergraduate degree in mathematics. I taught introductory, freshman, sophomore math classes at a couple different places. Those before mentioned 2, and then one of the local community colleges here. Former ITT Tech graduate can confirm profit BS, but still thriving despite that. So, unironically, as someone who taught for a few schools, the number of regulations and other stuff that I had to deal with at ITT because it was technically for profit actually made it, I think they did more for students in some ways than some of the other places. The for-profit BS at the top doesn't always reflect down to what's happening at the functional level, where the people like myself were actually doing work and teaching. I don't think this matters because there's a beep, there a beep boop.
Do rules all. Victory.
Academia is not an easy career path. Yeah, basically every person that goes into teaching does it for the love of the job, because Lord knows they're not doing it for the pay. And for reference, I've been doing content for a while now. It's been my full-time job for 6 years, so it's been, gosh, what was it? It's probably been 7 or 8 years since I had a teaching job, but to set a low bar, adjuncting paid significantly less than I make doing content. There were some places I taught at that paid as little as 1,200 USD to teach a class for an entire semester. And as a point of reference, teaching 6 classes was considered full-time. In a semester, typically there's 3 semesters in a year. So it's not a lot of money.
Opponent snapped.
I leave because they have Nico on the card draw mode. Our hand's only okay, and their deck's gonna be really consistent, drawing 2 extra cards. Chat, I would like to say, I know I'm harsh on Twitch chat periodically, so I like to give credit where credit is due. There's over 3,000 people in here right now, and not a single one of you had to ask me today why you couldn't claim your ranked rewards off the ladder right away. So big ups to the literacy level of this chat right now. Truly far and away above and beyond what I am used to working in this space. You've done it. We need Westview to be a good one, gamers. Wait, was that a legit question you get? Unironically, in previous seasons, that's a very common question, yes. And that doesn't matter for us. Lovely. Lovely. I don't read, I click buttons. True. All my gals together in the same place, chat. Aren't they fantastic? All working together. Even they could be the golden gals. Even Hope Summer's got a little fool's gold in her background. Oh, that's true. Is there a Kitty Pryde variant that's a redhead? The other three are redheads to varying degrees.
Opponent snapped.
I don't think Jean Grey is likely a playable Marvel Snap card with the addition of Hope Summers. We will probably try that eventually, but I don't expect to get to it today.
Victory.
Honestly, I think there's a lot of places that Hope's gonna need to be explored. I think Bounce is a place that she could potentially be played. I think Bounce she could be played in. Silver Surfer she could be played in. Kitty Loki she could be played in. Oh god, it's hideous. You know it's coming, and it's still just like a slap in the face, chat. You're never fully mentally prepared for the pixel that's about to pop out. Twerky and Giganto. Yeah, so the Hope Summers potentially does 2 things for Surfer. Well, 3 if you count the obvious. She's a 3-drop. But if you have Hope Summers out, playing her in Surfer will let you play 2 3s on 6, and will let you play Surfer plus Absorbing Man on 2 3s on 5, and then Surfer plus Absorbing Man on 6. In some situations, you could set up 3 3s on 6, yeah, but that will require a lot. I think that's an unlikely outcome. If I do this, I could trigger Elsa next turn. I guess the downside to this setup is that it means I can get Killmongered. Oh no, they still have priority. Perfect. Perfect. Just throw Magneto down over here. We still get to trigger this. Actually, do I want Magneto to get the bonus? Probably. And then if they Venom here, we could Spider-Man the Venom off to somewhere else. And if they don't Venom, Deathlock will get pulled in. Perfect. Got him. Oh, we played against this person earlier, right? They're playing the toxic builds. I should have snapped him. Should have snapped him, gamers.
Victory.
The new menu music, I think, is my favorite track they've done so far. Quite stellar. Any of my 2-drops. Any of my 2-drops. It's like a 2-drop, right? Playing against a Patriot, Professor X, Goliath gamer, you can imagine my disappointment. The Goliath Patriot deck's been picking back up in popularity. It's definitely a thing. You want to put Shuri in this deck? I don't know that I'd put Shuri in here. There's a Shuri Kitty deck I played a bit of in the past that's probably fine with Hope in it. I think usually you want a little bit more other cards that support Shuri to potentially play her.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Thoughts on the new Sentinel bundle? Chat, they really don't release below rate bundles anymore, is like the TLDR. They are just pumping them out, hoping that you spend. You see a bundle and you like the art, it's probably a fine buy. And by fine buy, I would just generally remind you that you're literally paying for pixels and none of it's worth it. But if you're in the mood and you enjoy pixels, most of them are fine. Does the wording on War Machine mean you can play more than 4 cards to a location? No. The wording on War Machine basically just makes all your cards Jeff until the end of next turn. Hope is crazy. Having 9 energy on turn 6 is something I'm into. Could say I'm a fan.
Victory.
We have the power. Ooh. All right, my plan is to play this deck for another 20, 25 minutes or so. I think we'll let chat vote on what they want to see next. Do you want more Hope Summers, or should we start it on Pixie? Ooh, piece of candy. When's the next patch? You can always come into my chat and type !OTA or patch to find the dates for the upcoming patches and OTAs. Wow, they murdered one of my golden gals. Sedge. Did anybody catch what we deleted off of their deck? I wasn't paying attention. Red Skull, okay. Oh, we know what they're doing. We know.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
That is the least close 2-option poll I've ever posted on Twitch.
Opponent snapped.
Probably supposed to leave. Like, I just want my energy to go burr, chat. We did also get rid of Red Skull, yeah? So this thing's gonna be like a vision or something that's big. It's a Typhoid Berry, sure. Just. We would have drawn Magneto. We would have been able to compete in the center, yeah? I think even with the ability to vomit our whole hand out here, we just can't keep up. Yeah, GG.
Escaped.
I feel like we'll see a very optimized version of Hope Summers very soon. See, I think we'll see what usually happens, which is we'll see a deck list with very minimal amounts of testing get decided on as the optimal version, and then people will stop trying to innovate because the deck that they found is good enough. It is quite regular. Yeah, referring it to as a local maxima, I think is a perfect descriptor of what typically happens in Snap with deck building. We'll just be like, good enough, clip it, ship it, rip it, flip it, call it a day. All right, we're open to draw Dr. Noob in our next 2 draws. It's a piece of candy, and I want to move Nightcrawler now, so that way if we peel Miles, we can go Hope Miles. I don't know if I agree with that, Duck. I think a lot of people are gonna find Pixie frustrating, but I don't know that she has to be tier 3 is necessarily something that... necessarily something that I agree with. Rewarded. We might be dead to the bot here. Yeah, I think we just died to the bot, right? Yeah, we lose by 1. Oof. Order, chat? Really? Really, chat? Order? Order, chat? Dubtac, thank you for the 3rd of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So, one of the things that I think is important to acknowledge about Pixie that's very different from Mr. Negative is that when you play Mr. Negative, you know how good or bad your deck is based on what its remaining contents was and what they now are. Whereas with Pixie, simply knowing what cards were in your deck when you Pixied doesn't tell you how hard you high rolled. Meaning the snap equity / decision making is very different compared to what Mr. Negative is. Yes, every Pixie deck should have Mobius in it for sure. Without a doubt. I want Spider-Man to swing middle so I can play Vision into the Elsa bonus next turn ideally.
Neighborhood Spider-Man here.
And we grab the Nebula. Perfect. Magneto is such a good Marvel Snap card. Holy. It can only go +8 over here, yeah, so I can only get to 23. I can also only get to 27 in the middle. I think we're dead. We just don't have enough numbers here, yeah? They have to play middle. Why do they have to play middle? We let them limp in, I guess. Or we can limp in if they're gonna let us, I suppose. This beats them double playing middle, but they might just like Infinite plus She-Hulk and then we die. Sometimes lucky rubber ducky.
Hell, can you understand me?
Dodge a She-Hulk, we can dodge a ball.
Victory.
Resounding start on Pixie if we're after this, which is what we'll be doing. Play a few more, take an ad break, build a Pixie deck. If they play right, they can't win 2 paths. Sure, it wasn't a question of if they would only play right. It was a question of if they have She-Hulk, I have to guess where the She-Hulk is going, right, Natesters? Because, like, Infinite Center, She-Hulk right beat us there. You need 3 splits before your first chance at Inked. Our deck is a very bad Gamma Lab deck. We don't have any way to protect our Hulks, and we don't have any way to kill their Hulks. Your 4th split is your first one that has a chance to be inked, 10%. Your 5th split gains 10% chance for gold, and your 6th split gains 10% chance for the Kirby Crackle border effect. Looks like Living Tribunal. This is a tougher matchup for us. Magneto juking them is one of our better options to win the game. Wave potentially helps them, but my hand's just super clunky, so I think I need to. I was like, it paused. I was like, I have another card coming, right? Am I just not even gonna use my wave now? I might just not even use my wave now. I think we're supposed to leave. I'm gonna play Go Fish and see if Magneto can disrupt them here appropriately. Was deck benefit from magic for more turns or not so much? No, I think the average opposing deck benefits from more turns more than we do. Leech is not what I was expecting with that stat. That's also true. A lot of these games we're playing, I'm emptying out on 6, especially the ones that Hope Summer's involved in. Oh, there's Cerebro 3. Got it. Okay. Okay, then we have to go because we're dead to Valk on the right. And I don't have the numbers to compete center.
escaped.
C3's playing Crystal now. Chat, you have to understand that one person playing something on a ladder match doesn't mean that archetype is playing it now. Cerebro 3 is not a common enough or established enough deck to really have a defined set of 3 cards, or so a defined set of cards that you can predict from it. It's like Cerebro, Mystique, Bast, Valk, and then like the other 8 cards vary a lot. Because they're just not, it's not optimized or powerful enough to have like an agreed upon list. No Hope, no Angela, no Elsa to start here feels bad. Oh my gosh, could you imagine if I would have played both of these over here like I should have to play around this? My brain would have been so big. One on the spot. Had no information to make that play. Sure, I can't know they're a Green Goblin deck, but it was free to play both of them here, right? Is my point? Like it doesn't cost me anything to play Kitty here, and it's all upside in the event that I get Green Goblin. Travis G, thank you for the tier 1 sub, appreciate that. Magneto! Magneto! Okay. Is it Magneto on the right? I think it's Magneto on the right, yeah? Puts us to 8-12 here. Out.
Victory.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to brewing some Pixie, but just to close on this, I've played a lot of decks that are similar to this one in the past, and one of the problems this archetype always felt like it had was it really wanted to be able to play Vision and 6-drops, but Vision and 6-drops felt really clunky in your Kitty Pryde draws, and being able to have Hope smooth that out felt really clean. The number of games, there's 2 big combos this deck could get to do if you're just joining us and you didn't catch them. The first is if you play Hope and then on turn 5 you play Wave plus a second card into Hope, you have 8 energy on 6 and all your cards cost 4, so you can Magneto and Dr. Doom on turn 6 as a big flourish. The other more consistent thing you could do is if you hoped and you played 2 cards into her on 5 not involving Wave, you can play a 6-drop plus Kitty Pryde plus 1 energy Miles Morales. So there's 2 different pretty big ways to leverage that 8 energy on the last turn of the game. And then the flip side, alternatively, let's say you're playing a game where you don't have Hope Summers. Wave gives us an alternative amount of redundancy to let us play a 6-drop and our other cards. So if we Wave on 5 without Hope, we can play one of these for 4 and then still play Kitty plus Miles. Yeah, that was sweet. All right, chat, enjoy some adverts. We're going to build some Pixie and we'll fire that up here when we get back. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere.